In order for you to stay resilient, solid, and content with who you are, you need to set some limits. And these limits can be placed around your time, emotions, body, privacy, communication, and mental health as well. These empowering borders usually protect us from being used, drained, and also being manipulated by others because they communicate what you will and will not tolerate in any relationship, and therefore empowering you to take full charge of your life. Now, in this video, I'm going to be giving you some tips on how you can set and maintain boundaries in your life with anyone. So stick with me. I'm Maria, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Before I continue, please don't forget to like, share, comment, and also subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, you're most welcome. And also don't forget to hit the notification bell so you can be able to get notified every time I put out some really, really good content. It's very crucial for you to understand your limits, needs, and values as well. And it's also very, very crucial for you to reflect on your emotions and triggers as well. A good way to start is by actually asking yourself some questions like, what stresses me out? What behaviors bother me? What qualities do I admire in others? How do I like to spend my time? Who do I like to spend my time with? What makes me feel fulfilled? By gaining a more thorough understanding of yourself, then it's going to be easy for you to imagine the kinds of boundaries that you need. If you're the kind of person that values your time, then you're going to set more time boundaries. If you're the kind of person that values privacy, then you're going to go in for physical boundaries. If you're the kind of person that values respectful communication, you're going to go in for communicative or intellectual boundaries. After having a thorough understanding of yourself and knowing your why, which helped you establish the boundaries that you need in your life or that you need to make with others, you then get into communicating the boundaries, right? And communication should be done openly and clearly. Now, one of the biggest mistakes that most people make is by setting boundaries in their brains or their mind and not openly sharing them with the people around them. These people probably assume that people already know their boundaries, so there's just no need for them to explain them to the people around them. And that's how people cross the line. That's how people overstep the boundaries, because you have not clearly or openly communicated your boundaries to them. So in order for others to know your boundaries, you need to clearly and openly communicate your boundaries to them. And as you communicate, clearly express your feelings and thoughts to them in a very calm and assertive way. So as you communicate your boundaries, try to be straightforward and very specific. Clearly define the boundaries that you want to set. Most of the times, vague boundaries create a lot of misunderstanding. Don't be vague while communicating your boundaries, thinking you're sparing someone's feelings, or you do not want to hurt somebody, or probably you do not want to cause any conflicts. At the end of the day, it's going to be you that is going to be affected, you know. So you have to specify the behaviors that are acceptable and those that are not acceptable, and also again communicate the consequences of crossing those boundaries. In this case, while communicating your boundaries, the kindest and most successful approach is actually by being direct and specific. Say what you mean and mean what you say. It's always easier to loosen up tight boundaries than to tighten up loose boundaries, right? So let me explain this, right? So let's say, for example, two scenarios. You have gotten into a new friendship or relationship, or you have just gotten a job, right? Most of the times when we get to have these new experiences with other people, we tend to have that good impression and be very agreeable and just try to fit in, right? As a result, you're more likely to overextend yourself and agree to commitments or things that do not sit well with you. At this point, you cannot go back to the time when you were supposed to say, no, I shouldn't be doing this. No, friend, I cannot go to this place. No, friend, I cannot do this. Or no, boss, this was not what I was supposed to do on this job. Or no, boss, I cannot be able to continue working on the times I'm off. You might not, it will be very hard for you to communicate such boundaries or such issues when you're at that point in life, because at that point you have made yourself a people pleaser, and it's hard for you to like just roll back and get back to that grounded person that you were meant to be, you know? So as I had earlier saying, it's always easier to loosen up tight boundaries and to tighten up these boundaries. So when you get into that new friendship or that new job, just try to make sure that you keep yourself grounded with your boundaries and communicate them, and make the people around you aware of those boundaries that you want to have with them. So if you're the kind of person that effectively communicates your boundaries earlier, well and good. But then again, you have to address boundary violations early. Let's say, for example, you've communicated to this person that you're dating, about a certain time that you are not comfortable with them calling you, and they continuously do it over and over again. It's time for you to have a talk, right? You see, small problems are better managed earlier, right? So if this person has called like consecutively 3 to 4 times, that's enough. That's enough to actually have a talk. That's enough to have a talk with this person, because you can't wait until this person violates this boundary like 1,000 times or a dozen times, right? That would be like, you're okay with that, and so I should continue doing it, right? You have to have a talk earlier so that it's managed earlier, rather than just keeping quiet or just not communicating with this person and probably think that I told him, I think he will stop doing it even if I do not communicate. That's so wrong. Effective communication is always key because it allows you to express your feelings, your concerns, set clear expectations, and also establish a mutual understanding with this person. Addressing boundary violations requires an open communication, empathy, and a commitment to fostering respect within the relationship that you're trying to make or that you're trying to maintain with somebody or other people around you. Saying no is a crucial part of setting boundaries because it is an expression of courage, self-love, and self-care as well. You have to understand that it's very okay to decline requests and also turn down invitations that overload your schedule or they just do not align with your values as well. People that are usually afraid of saying no actually end up with a lot of responsibilities and duties that they can't seem to even keep up with, So just try to take it as an exercise, Just practice saying no respectfully, but assertively as well. If you're at home or in the mirror or in the bathroom, it doesn't matter. Just try to practice saying no. Remember, every yes and no shapes the reality of your life because you already have the power to choose how you will spend your time and energy. Consistency is very key when setting and maintaining boundaries because once you allow exceptions, it's going to send mixed signals to people and therefore weakening the effectiveness of the boundaries that you have set with others. So try to be firm and consistent in upholding your limits with others so that others can understand that you're really being serious about these limits and boundaries in this. Starting to set boundaries can really be tough sometimes. You can have a lot of questions, self-doubt, uncomfortable feelings. So if you're finding it challenging to set boundaries, you can seek support from your friends, your family, your local members of the society, especially if it concerns like family issues, and you cannot do it by yourself, or it's probably a boundary between you and your partner in raising your child that you're staying with, but you're separated. You can go to a local chief or the LC chairperson of the area, to try to resolve it. When you have a support system, you're able to receive guidance, encouragement, and perspective as well. If you want other people to actually understand and respect your boundaries, you need to do the same for them. You cannot go around disrespecting people's boundaries and just pretending not to understand what they're talking about or what they're trying to tell you. And you also expect them to, take you seriously. It doesn't work that way. So for you to have set healthy and maintain healthy boundaries in your life, then you need to be able to have a mutual, respectable connection with others through respecting and understanding their boundaries. So sometimes you just need to slow down and just listen to how you're feeling. If it feels wrong, then make a change. If it feels good, then let it be, right? So life is very dynamic, and your boundaries might need adjustments over time, right? So you might need to regularly assess your boundaries just to make changes necessary to accommodate personal growth and changing circumstances in your life. Thank you all for rocking with me till the end of the video. Till next time, have a good day and have a good life as well.